starting out by applying a thin layer of the MAC Painterly paint pot. I was going to use a white base, but I'd heard these shadows were highly pigmented anyway, so I just primed the eye as normal. Next then, I'm setting that base in place with some of my face powder. I'm just lightly dusting this all over the eye, anywhere that I applied that eyeshadow base. Next, I'm going to highlight under my brow area, and I'm just using a matte white shade. This is my favourite one. It's from the Meet Matte Nude palette by theBalm, and it's definitely the most pigmented white I've come across. Today I'm using the Juvia Place Masquerade palette, so excited, and the first shade I'm picking up is Zobo. I've taken a little of this on a pencil brush and I'm mapping out my shape, so I'm pulling the shadow from the outer corner of my eye and I'm angling a line towards the tail of my brow, and then I'm going to blend my shadows in from that point. So now that I've got that guideline in place, I'm picking up some more of Zobo, this time on a fluffy blending brush, and I'm buffing it into the crease. And I'm just taking a touch of product at a time and blending it into the crease. And I'm going back and forth maybe about 4 times. And not because the shadow isn't pigmented, quite the opposite really. These eyeshadows are so highly pigmented that if I actually swirled my brush in the shadow and then applied it to the eye, I'd have such a hard time blending out the eyeshadow, and that's why I'm taking a small amount at a time and building up the colour, so I just apply, blend, apply and blend. Next then, I'm going in with this gorgeous shimmery purple and I'm applying this into the crease too. I'm starting out by adding this to the outer third of the eye and I'm just using circular motions to apply the shade, and I'm gradually pulling the colour across into the crease. Again, like with the previous eyeshadow, I'm only adding a small amount at a time and carefully building up that colour intensity. To add a bit of depth then, I'm going in with this cool toned metallic purple and I'm adding this firstly to the outer third of the lid, and then I'm blending what's left of my brush across into the crease. And I'm keeping this colour quite deep in the crease because I still want to be able to see the 2 eyeshadows that I applied previously. Before I move on to the lid, I just want to intensify that pink shade a little more, so I'm going back in with Zobo and lightly applying it into the crease. Then I'm going in with a clean blending brush and I'm just buffing along that edge of the pink just to fade it right up towards the brow bone. Next, I'm taking Zola, which is this really vibrant metallic blue, and I'm patting this colour halfway across the lid. And something that I noticed as well is that there's really no fallout with these eyeshadows, which is pretty amazing. Now I'm going in with Dalia and I'm adding this to the centre of the lid, and the reason why I applied Zola halfway across the lid was just so that the 2 eyeshadows would then overlap, and that'll just help them blend together that little bit easier. But to be extra sure, I'm going back in and fading the 2 blues together, and then I'm blending that purple over the blue, really just to fuse those 2 together as well. Moving on to the liner next, I'm doing my 2-step process as usual, and because I mapped out the shape of my eyeshadow earlier, that's going to help me with my liner. It's going to give me a guide as to where to angle my wing, and it just makes the process that little bit easier. So once I've got my outline done with the felt tip liner pen, then I'm filling that in with my liquid liner. You could use gel either, just do whatever's handiest for you. Next then, I'm adding some false lashes, and I wanted a nice dramatic pair to complement the eye makeup look, so I went with the Holly lashes from SoSu. These are really nice, they can be a little bit tricky to apply, but it's all about practice. Moving on to the lower lash line now, I'm beginning by applying Zobo all the way along the lower lash line and right into that tear duct, and then I'm really buffing out that shadow with a fluffy blending brush. Then I'm going to smoke some of that vibrant purple down along the lower lash line as well, but with the use of a pencil brush, and I'm just going to apply the shadows in the same order as above to get that really nice gradient effect. So to finish things off, I'm going back in with that cool toned purple, and I'm just using an angled brush to apply this right into the lashes. To line my waterline, I'm taking one of the Glide On eye pencils by Urban Decay. This is called Mainline, and once I've got that liner in place, I'm going to set it, So to do that, I'm pressing Dalia on top of it, but not only is it going to set it in place, it's also going to help it match in with the eye makeup look because I've already got that kind of blue on the lid. I'm adding a little pop now around the tear duct. I'm using this kind of pinky champagne shade. And have you noticed I've done my best to avoid saying the shadow names? I'm just terrified I'd butcher them, so sorry about that. But I've just added this colour around the tear duct, and now I'm going to add a tiny bit of it around the highest point of my brow, right under that arch, and I'm just blending it out slightly, just to add a bit more sparkle there as well. And then to finish off the look, I'm adding some mascara to my top and bottom lashes, and then that's it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, comment and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all soon.